Frank.
And I'm Anthony.
We're with Rodeo Rewind, and we have a special guest today. It's our friend Rob's mother.
Yeah, Rob's mom.
Rob's mom. But you taught us all about like what a rodeo secretary does. So
today you kind of really showed us what you do.
A little bit, yeah.
Now, what do we call you? Do we call you Mrs. Gann?
No,
Mrs.
you call me Dana.
Mrs. Dana?
Dana, don't Mrs.
Oh, just Dana. All right.
Or Rob's mom.
Rob's mom.
I'm proud of that.
So this is, this year we've kind of been trying to meet people involved in the sport, but that you don't see on the dirt necessarily, right? Not, and we thought, well, you would be fun to learn about, like,
how do you
what is
run
this?
A rodeo?
Why do we have rodeo secretaries? What do you do before, during, and after the event? Like, what are like 3 things you do before the event?
Oh, Lord. We go to work days, weeks before the rodeo ever starts. We have to get all of the books downloaded to us, or, print everything, get all the cattle, get everything sent to us so that we have it all ready when we get here.
Okay, so, and then, so like, how do you work during, like, the timed events?
How do I work during the timed events? Okay, there's always 2 of us, 2 timers, and we have stopwatches, and the barrier goes up in front of whichever event you are, on the side, and you start with the barrier flying, that barrier flag, and then you go to the judge and you watch the judge until he stops the run. And then he will tell you, like in the team roping, he's going to tell you if it was a leg or if it was clean. And then you have to go back and you have to watch the barrier to see if the barrier judge the line judge is telling you whether they broke the barrier and all that.
Yeah, and you told me never watch the run, always watch the flag.
We don't get to watch much of the rodeo. As years of experience, it does kind of out of the corner of your eye, you can watch it, but it is very important that you go from the barrier to the flagman. Yes, very important.
I had a pre-event question. So, we look at the day sheets when we're at home, and we're trying to figure out, like, what are we going to watch this weekend, or when we're on the road, we want to know, like, who are we focusing on. Do the day sheets change? And when do the day sheets stop changing?
They can change, yes. And I'm not sure, like, when are you seeing these day sheets, but trades are always in effect.
Yep.
As soon as the books are drawn, the rodeo's drawn, those contestants know when they're out, they have the option to trade. So those trades could change a little. Then you have notified turnouts, doctor's releases, stuff like that could come into play too. So sometimes,
there were a couple here last year.
Yeah, last year there was like I think
Lisa Lockhart.
Yeah, Lisa Lockhart.
That's right. Lisa was on the bubble last year. Figured out she had made it before she got here, so she didn't come. So, Tough was still on the bubble here a little, so he needed to come.
I think he's
the year that Taylor came, it was a very interesting year that year, which was 2 years ago. We had Tristan Martin. There's a lot of guys here in the steer wrestling that walked up, and because we had turnouts, and then, like I said, at the title.
And then last year, Orrin Larson was here. He was already in. He was probably just here trying to get some.
Yeah, but they have to enter so far in advance that they enter.
They don't know.
That's right. They enter with the chance. That was like Lisa. Lisa had to enter here and then decided what she was going to do.
So, and so if all of a sudden they're on the bubble and they're not registered early, they're not getting in.
No, sir. They can walk up. That's what happened here. It happens here. They can walk up at this rodeo. Say, like, tonight we had, I'm trying to think where we had, notified turnouts. It has to be a notified turnout. Tonight we had a team that notified turnout in the team roping. If there were team ropers on the bubble, they could have been standing here 2 hours before, and whenever those guys, we knew they had turned out, they could have walked up and entered at that point.
Got it.
Yes.
Now,
and they're never on a day sheet. You don't know.
Right. And we're always looking.
So what's you kind of wanted to explain how you do the timed events. How do you do the rough stock events?
The rough stock events are, you have to watch
when the chute opens.
Yeah, but it's not when the chute opens.
No, it's when they nod their head.
Well, no, it's not even when they nod their head. It's when the animal
comes out.
Yes.
How much of the animal has to come out of the gate?
Yeah, their front shoulder has to leave, and some of them will back out and whatever. When their front shoulder leaves, and you start it. And so, and we all have automatic horns now, just about. So you're basically going to start it and then get to watch and see. And then we're looking at the judges for scores, flags. You have to know the difference in a red flag and a yellow flag. Have you seen that? Yeah, that whether it's a rewrite or a no score.
Right.
They'll tell you if they missed them out or how it went.
And you don't have to worry about what the judging is. The judges handle all that.
Right.
You are just chronicling the data, the information.
Yes, sir. The judges and I, we get together. I have a list of cattle. I give them a list of cattle before the rodeo. They know the rough stock. They have that because that's drawn here at this rodeo. So they're going to check all of that. When they get here, they're going to check the cattle, make sure that the cattle that we have in the draw are all sound and good, and that those are the numbers that are in the draw. And then an hour and a half before the performance, we draw. That's all the time to miss.
So, how early do you physically get here to the grounds?
Yeah, well, I'm an early bird, so I get here earlier than most. But today, this rodeo started at 7 o'clock tonight, and we were here at 1 o'clock this afternoon, setting up. It's a little different here. They have harness racing here. There's times when we can cross the track, so we have to make that. We have to make it all work to cross the track.
Oh, so that's still functioning.
The track is functioning.
The track. Yeah, they have harness racing here every day. Starts at 1 o'clock. So, so it's a little bit.
So you get here right before they start.
Yes.
To get over here.
Yeah, actually, they did not race today. They were doing something to the track, so we were lucky today. We got to cross the track.
Now, in some ways, you kind of feel like you are chronicling the history of the sport.
Yeah.
You're
Yes, sir.
you're kind of like
that's kind of what you're doing.
you're like the steward of
Yes,
keeping this, like the facts and
We are
figures and the
we
data.
are basically the one that is keeping everything running. We're taking everything from the judges. We're taking everything from the stock contractor. Everything from the contestants. The contestants are coming up paying their injury fees. They still do that. A lot of these guys pay online now, but a lot of them still come and pay their fees.
And how early do they pay their fees?
They can come up anytime I'm ready.
Right before the event.
They can come up. Some of them come up during the event once you've started because they're just now getting here or whatever.
And then, so, what do you do after the event to send this information to the PRCA?
These rodeos are really easy. The PRCA is, once you know all of your data is in there correctly, I back it up first. You have to have internet. You back it up to the server, and then you upload the completed rodeo back to them. Because what we do here is once the rodeo is drawn, they've drawn all the rough stock and everything, the rodeo gets downloaded to us. And we can check the rodeo out, just like going to the library and checking out a book. We check it out. They know that Dana Gann checked out Cumberland, Maine, and it's checked out to me. And then once I'm finished with it, I upload it back to them.
Okay,
I turn my library book back in.
There you go. Now,
good analogy.
Like photographers get a card.
Yes, sir.
Announcers get a card.
You get a card.
Yes,
judges have to go to school, right?
Yeah,
Now,
we have to go to school.
so you go
too.
to school,
Yes, sir.
and you get a card.
Yes, sir.
And so every organization, you get a card from that organization.
Exactly right. Yes, sir. No matter what it is, if you're going to work in that association, you need a card. You need to be a card-holding member of that association.
Are there any men that are rodeo stars?
Yes, sir. There are some very good ones.
I was wondering.
I'm gonna give Paul Chadwick a shout out, but yes, there are some very good male secretaries.
I mean, it just seems you're on your game all day long.
You have to be. Yes, sir.
No, when you sleep good at.
No, sir, I don't. But I'm not a good sleeper. That's all right. And then I curse Rob with the same thing. So, I tell him all the time, I'm sorry you inherited that from me.
Well, anything else, Anthony?
I don't have anything. Do you have anything?
Anything you want to share with people?
I just want to tell you how proud I am of you and how proud I am of you that you have taken him on this adventure with you. I think you are awesome. I think what you're doing is awesome, and we appreciate it that you are keeping the Western sports alive. We appreciate that.
Bringing Midwestern nice to the East Coast right now.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
know.
mission.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. People think I talk funny up here. Yeah. Arkansas coming to Maine is a little hard.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh, thank
you
you.
for.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
That's my biggest accomplishment in life right there is
That's
Rob
fine.
Gann and them two girls, Lainey and Caroline, are my everything.
I tell people I've done a lot of bad things, but I am pretty good at this.
That's right. That's right.
This I
Yeah.
am pretty confident I can do pretty
And
well.
just wait till you have grandkids. They're
Yeah.
even better. Oh, they're even better.
Well,
I
I
promise.
told him, I said, we're getting better at this all the time. I said, are we going to have to stop doing this when we're in
You know, I really do remember when you very first started interviewing Rob.
Yeah.
They were kind of bad interviews.
Oh
probably in the
no,
beginning.
no, I'm not saying that.
We've gotten better though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome, and I really am proud of y'all. Proud of what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
2 more to go, and then we'll drag.